Alright, hey guys, how's it going today? It's AC Mukti here, back at it again, haha. Anyway, this is the finals from the Sacramento State Jungle Cup that no one was really able to watch. This is between the two highest ranked players that came in the tournament, and they're both top 100 on the global leaderboard. It's Ice9Ursine, amazing player from Davis, decent friend of mine, and TheSleepyPanda from Hanford. And these guys are both, running very meta teams, and they're actually both running the same team. Definitely very similar to my team building guide that I released quite a while ago. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much to break down. Their Venusaurs are going to run the same. Ice's Fortress may have a slight advantage depending on the IVs. Same with his Vigoroth. Same with his Noctowl. And his Lantern. Only Pokemon that has lower CP is his Wigglytuff. I don't know the exact IVs, so it may have a higher weighted attack in order to beat Vigoroth. TheSleepyPanda is also running a very solid team, and in the end, it's more about decision making than IVs, although IVs do play a part. And this is what I would consider the finals for this tournament. So anyway, let's go into game 1, and they go to all the way to game 3. So very exciting, very exciting. Good to see top level play as well. I always love looking at these videos and trying to learn what you can learn. Let's see here. It's taking so long. I'm still choosing Pokemon. Let me skip. Whoops. Alright, so he leads Lantern against Panda's Vigoroth. Not a good matchup at all for him. While Lantern can do a good chunk of damage, and it actually does more with Water Gun than Vigoroth can do with counters, the Body Slam spam is definitely very scary, and with the shield behind it, Vigoroth, you kind of have to really think about what you're gonna do. He tries to piggyback here. I'm not sure if he tried to piggyback or if he actually tried to actually just hit Thunderbolt, but either way, he's able to get a shield out of the way. Then he brings in his own Vigoroth. I guess he's trying to wear it down with just some counters, and trying to at least maybe force a shield here. Either way, it's looking pretty good for him. If he didn't shield, he would have taken the Vigoroth out, and he would have had a lot of health on this Vigoroth. But they decided to both use their shields in the first few I don't want to say turns, but like right before any Pokemon's down. So Panda's Vigoroth goes down first, but they're both at 0 shields. Here he goes for the Body Slam right away. I would have waited till he got at least maybe a few more counters off, so he could maybe piggyback off the other Body Slam. Then again, I heard it was patched, so maybe it wouldn't have worked out. Either way, maybe it wouldn't have been possible just because of the Noctowl reaching Sky Attack really quickly. So now he has the Lantern saved up, and unless Noctowl has Psychic, it's not going to do anything. It didn't even do enough wing attacks in order to pull off a Psychic, so it's kind of stuck here. It would need one more Sky Attack, but I believe Lantern will reach the Thunderbolt before then. It's really solid. And you see Ice misses some of the Thunderbolts here. He said he had a hard time making circles, and he hasn't had time to practice with this new system. So, ooh, okay, this is looking pretty scary. He needs to get to the Earthquake before Lantern can make the Thunderbolt. So, this could go either way. Let's see. Actually, not Thunderbolt, sorry, Hydro Pump, and I believe it will, but it doesn't kill. So let's see what happens. Earthquake should theoretically KO. It does so much damage, and with super effective. Yeah, he didn't even. I don't think he got excellent on there, but it still did a lot of damage. So solid, very solid game. Game 1. So things I found interesting there. I think they're both using Wigglytuff as bench pressure in order to force certain Pokemon as a lead, especially if a player is bringing a lot of bug poisons, or if they have a lot of Wigglytuff counters on their team, maybe force that as a lead. So that's interesting. I don't think a lot of people I played against did not actually use Wigglytuff in this tournament, so maybe it was pretty similar for them. Anyway, let's go on to game 2. So I don't even know what it started with. Okay, so here Ice actually does start with the Wigglytuff, expecting him to either start with Vigoroth again or to switch up into a Noctowl in order to maybe potentially beat a Venusaur lead. Either way, it was a good call. And Wigglytuff wins this matchup, and he switches out. Oh, he goes into the Fortress. Now, it's free reign for Vigoroth here, although he just needs to keep spamming Body Slam. Let's see what this is. I think he was wary of the Earthquake. I don't think he should have blocked that Heavy Slam. So here, he does the Bulldoze. I think that was a mistake as well. He should have just gone for the Body Slam, because it would have... he would have forced a shield either way. I guess he tried to overcharge a little bit over there. I don't know what Panda's gonna do here. He goes for the Heavy Slam again. It does a lot of damage. And then he's able to get the piggyback Body Slam off. So, good. So he has switch advantage now. Although he is down a shield, so let's see. So his opponent brings in the Vigoroth. So he kind of has to bring in the... he has to bring the Venusaur in here, and then when his opponent switches back into Noctowl, he has to go into Wigglytuff. Which is the correct play. Then he has to go for the Ice Beam, I think. I think he needed to go for the Ice Beam there. Like, he should have gone for it right away. In order to either force a shield, or he'll sacrifice that Noctowl, and then his Wigglytuff would have more HP. And then the Venusaur should theoretically be able to get off the Frenzy Plant twice. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be enough because the Body Slam is going to take out the Venusaur in two Body Slams. So, yeah. Either way, that was an exceptionally close game. I'm trying to figure out where did he make the mistake here. So, if we pause, let's go back. Let's go back to the very beginning of the match. Alright, so looking at this again, he does go for the charms, a bunch of charms. Charming away. He shields the first Sky attack, which is what he should have done. The Fortress comes out. I think if he went for the Body Slam instead of the Bulldoze, he would have had enough energy to go for another one, taking out the Fortress a lot earlier, and he would not have had to use both shields right away, potentially. But I get the reason why he made that play, because most opponents wouldn't expect them to use their shield at that moment. So yeah, bam, goes for the Heavy Slam again. Especially he's trying to bait with the Body Slam, which doesn't do a lot to Fortress. So yeah, I think that was a mistake. They're just not going for the Body Slam, in my opinionis. Alright, so let's go on to game 3. This is the last game, so they're both up 1-1. Let's see who wins this one. I mean, if you look at the tournament link, you already know who wins this one. But, perfect lead. It's able to bait out the Noctowl again. I don't know why it's lagging. And anyway, he's just going for more water guns until he can successfully charge a Thunderbolt, forcing a shield. If your opponent is not counting correctly, he might assume it's a Hydro Pump, so it'll force a shield anyway. And here he goes into his Vigoroth, and he's able to save that one shield, use it up, and then he still has one shield up. He was able to go for one counter before the other Body Slam came up. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, he's in a very superior position here. I would have overcharged just a little bit more. But I understand, I guess he didn't want to take the extra damage, potentially. And then here his opponent switches into... Panda switches into the Noctowl, and he's going for the Body Slams again! Go for the Body Slams. This is all you gotta do against Noctowl when you use Vigoroth. Spam that Body Slam. Try to piggyback if you can. You know, before the Sky attacks come raining down on you. And, ooh, that does a lot! If he under-tapped just a little bit there, he would have been able to get it off. But it's fine because he has the Lantern in the back. All he has to do is go for the clean water guns, and he'll be able to take out the Noctowl just fine. It doesn't have enough energy for Psychic. That's also why I recommend Nightshade over Psychic, just because it requires less energy to use. Although, when you have the Psychic, you're able to get a lot off. So here he just goes straight up for the Hydro Pump, in case he doesn't bait the shield, and he immediately switches out, which is a good play. Assuming that he's able to get that 1 minute off, he'll be able to switch into Lantern as a third shield if he counts correctly. So that's very close. The opponent gets off, Panda gets off the Earthquake, but he will be able to make his Earthquake. Or, oh, he should have gotten to the Earthquake before then. Huh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god, so he had 1 HP left. I honestly thought it was over right here, because Panda's Fortress would have been able to take him out. But yeah, the Lantern here is going to take out the Noctowl, and that's GG. So wow, that was insane. So what can you learn from that game? I don't know, that was like a... did he miss like one of those little bubbles? Would that have caused him to win and be able to beat that Fortress before the Lantern could come in and he would gotten the Earthquake off? I don't know, man. It's very hard. It's very tough to call, but it's nice to see like those high level decision making in the process. One thing I want to look at is why he chose Lantern as a lead, and as stated previously, a lot of people expect you eventually to lead with the Venusaur or the Fortress, especially if you have Wigglytuff on your team. So Noctowl is a really good lead in respect to that. Depending on IVs, you can kind of play around Vigoroth. You won't be able to beat it, but you can play around it and switch out into something that could take it out with fast attacks, or even to bring in your own Vigoroth, which is a great generalist in the game. So yeah, it's very interesting plays, very good plays, and nice to see some high-level stuff here. And yeah, thank you, Ice, for sending me your your recordings. Really appreciate it. And if anyone else would like to send me their recordings, and I could look at the matches and, you know, put some of my own commentary over it. Well, yeah, these are some good games, and you know, Jungle Cup, although the pool of Pokemon you can use is kind of small, I appreciate that you can use at least your entire team, and that's what I find really cool about it. And I'm glad that he was able to use his entire team. You get to see every Pokemon in his lineup shine just a little bit. So yeah, very cool. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.